out to the latest patch that now gives us colored cones on the minimap, so we know which team is looking where. That's pretty dope. Also,
oh, that's so good. Oh my god. Well, okay, but you know what else is good is the defense, of course. Oh wow, Calypso. Those domes, man. Those domes, they really putting in work. Crashies, of course, has got a couple of his own, but now it's just up to him to get that spike down.
Yeah, and that's a tough spot. I mean, it's a 1v2. It certainly could be worse. You see him start to creep his way onto the site right now, not realizing that both Kaboose and mummAy are there. He has spotted them. He's going to get cleaned up. Not much of it's being dropped there. Now they're going to go. The run it back is going to be used, as is the fireball early on. Nothing doing quite yet, though. The wall just trying to buy time. Look at how aggressively he's playing this.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to be a counter flank there from Akis. Food will quickly trade him out, but still it's the attack that are interested with this idea, still committed. And the changes to the stim beacon now give the information that there is no stim beacon to the defense. And here is the swing from Calypso. mummAy will provide that firepower from a distance up in heaven, but still it's the 3v3 that remain. The wall going to be going up here from Brax, trying to give a little bit more cover to the attackers that are trying to get that spike down. So far, just a back and forth with the Sovas using their recon bolts to capture each other's information. Unfortunately, Kaboose looks in the wrong direction. He'll be taken out by crashies, and now it's an uneven battle for Envy.
Yeah, and you know, it's tough to see that angle, but that looked like something that mummAy should have been able to cover. But the spike has gone down. Finesse is going to be able to pick up Brax. mummAy's going to get a chance at crashies. Knows he's there, and he is able to tag him up. The shock dart might do it. Oh, the shock dart didn't do it, but the bullets did. Finesse and mummAy, both of them were able to land a kill. That's Envy's round yet again. T1 not proving to be very successful on this A site at all.
I like that communication there to grab themselves some weapons that are stuck really on heaven. He'll, of course, pull back. No one does push in towards A short, but I like this approach from T1. They've got this double-pronged push. 2 down B long. They'll find an entry pick on Kaboose, but still, they're waiting for the pull-off from the side of Envy, and that's the call. Finesse, he's waiting, and he'll be able to stop, but the cross isn't good. The patience ends up being a virtue, and now it's just down to Skadoodle.
Oh, Finesse played that so freaking well. Just waiting and waiting and waiting, bides his time, and it's exactly where he needed to be on the map. 12 seconds on the clock. The spike is sitting in no man's land right now. You see Sova running away, just trying to stay alive and save whatever they can. Skadoodle looks like he's going to get away with the Phantom with a dope skin, by the way. What are your thoughts on that new skin line?
Man.
Folks, excuse me. That Cypher rotating through spawn, if left unchecked, can wreak havoc on the side of Envy.
Early picks here from Finesse and friends. They will start to push forward 2 frags early, but it's AZK doing his best impersonation of the Finesse lurk. He'll find one, but the wall is kind of odd, as I'm not really sure what it was looking to stop. And it's a double digits, so they need to be a little bit more careful. But Crashy's really feeling himself. Pushes up aggressively through A short, but he gets a face full of lead from Finesse. And that aggressive push was also punished by Brax. Sorry, Brax gets punished for an aggressive push, as mummAy will take him out.
Oh boy. AZK able to trade it back at least a little bit, try to equalize the numbers. Food is going to get a shot at one, and he isn't going to land it. As Calypso gets the best of him, they start to cheat over to A side. It looks like it's going to be a very easy take, and now if you're T1, the only thing you have to answer is 4v2. We don't have the spike, or we don't have site control. Do we save or do we retake? It looks like they just want to save it.
You know, for the side of T1... there's no shame in saving here. You've got a little bit of a round buffer up against Envy. Of course, for Envy, they lost 1. So someone's going to have to buy for Akis in the round to come, and we'll see who that ends up being. But Kaboose, just looking for some more information. Trying to see if there's anyone hovering around that B-long site. But, you know, for Envy, I like this call. They don't really want to get too involved. Kaboose, he's the only one that feels confident enough to at least try to hunt someone down. And try to get some early looks, but I think for him, he was just trying to give a little bit more space for his team to funnel through safely. And that's exactly what we're seeing. So around goes over to Envy. 7-10 the scoreline, and
1. We'll see what else he's able to get. There's the Hunter's Fury. Kaboose is able to get 1 as the orbital strike drops. Looks like Kaboose is going to get tagged up, but that's all right. It's just his clone. Get back out. Got the info you needed, and that means green. That means go, and they're going to push on to B.
Oh, Akis, great spray through the tuna can, but there's still more fish left to fry. It's Brax who's on that B site. Looking like a great round shaping up for Envy, but still need to get that spike down and defend. mummAy will find one, but it's food there with the brief frag. Still a lot of craziness happening, but it starts to subside as it's just down to Brax. He's got a lot on his plate. He's got to go up against 4, and that spike's ticking, and he's in a horrible position to survive.
But he has a cool skin. He's got a cool skin. But no, Sima, I think you're right. This is a tough situation. Maybe he gets an exit frag for good measure, but he's just in a terrible spot here. Waits, hopefully, to think that Envy is bailing out so he can go too. It looks like Calypso might be sticking around, see if he can spot him. He's not going to spot him. Brax is going to get away with his life and being able to pop off here on this map.
Yes.
20 and 13. He's doing just fine. Who's not doing fine, however, is Finesse, as he gets finessed by Brax. That's going to allow them to push on to B. AZK trying to guard things from Hookah. The smoke is going to come out, and that's going to force him to go aggressive. Brax is able to get one as AZK gets dropped. Akis with a nice 2-piece.
Still down to 2 here for Envy, and they can get that spike down. Resurrection means that they're still involved with the play, but it's not looking so good as crashies will find one. Orbital Strike means Akis has got a jet, and that jet will be burnt alive at the crisp by food. The orbital strikes have been on point here. It's match point for T1, and mummAy, he's going to be the last remaining. How close that was, and how well Envy played.
Is around holding middle map. Kaboose is about to be met with a number of folks. He's going to get flash, he's going to get paranoid, he's going to get everything, as is T1. They get 3 on the opening moments of the round. Envy's down to the last 2 members and make that 1. Things don't look good if you're Envy right now.
Yeah, it's all slowly starting to fall apart here. Yeah, not looking good, not looking good. But, you know, for the side of Envy, it is at least only just the first round on a defender-sided map. And so, really, can you blame them for really for being in this position where they're only able to get 1? crashies going to find himself in a great position as, just looking for that control. They have not once pushed up Cat as Team Envy.
Well, there's a push, at least in that general direction. Calypso gets the best of crashies, and the calls throughs come out. They're going to spot. He's going to spot 3. He hasn't been able to connect on anyone's head yet. He's so freaking close. Oh, but he's going to get cleaned up. Brax with the nice 2-piece there to give the numbers advantage to T1 yet again.
So we are now seeing action unfold before our very eyes. That does kind of favor the side of Team Envy, still down to the 2v2. And they were able to really make it work with the battle of the control for mid. And that's really ultimately the name of the game. But Skadoodle, he's got the Ares. It will never win out in a battle against the Phantom. And now Neural Theft is popped. AZK knows that he's in a little bit of trouble. The Crossfire, already yeah, I'm not going to lie. And call me biased all you want. T1 just have a great performance on Ascent. They've got a great track record. And you're seeing that here as they push in the courtyard. I mean, yes, it's the pistol, but to really understand the pulse of really what is happening and to understand, okay, this is the round that we can kind of just throw away and really push forward. They don't even lose a member at all. It's a flop to show your support for Envy. They need it if they want to take this to map number 3. If you're a T1 fan, just sit back. It's business as usual. Your team is in the driver's seat. Early, we will see a couple of kills traded. It's just mummAy and Brax. This Brax will be the one that is next to fall. T1, a great push now forward towards the B side. Kaboose trying to get in position. That's going to be the curveball that is almost ready. And on the opposite side, it is going to be food. Kaboose! You just keep throwing recon information. You know, the recon boat, the camera, the tripwires. There's just a lot there. And, of course, the one-way that has been set up on the little archway there. So, looking like T1 is preparing for a push towards A. They've got the Rolling Thunder that is going to start to make their way in. Skadoodle looking for any of those clearings with the Hunter's Fury in back of sight, but great crossfire setup. Only crashies able to find himself a frag. As now here comes the peak. It's Calypso and Envy to push in. They clear the angles, but now they got to deal with the curveball of their own. mummAy now having to call the rotate over. It's a quick trade, Phoenix for Phoenix, but still it's the defense that continue to hold, and they'll find their way through on the attack, but you got to check your flanked corners. Now down to the 2v2 though. Let's see how they do.
Oh boy, they've been dropping like flies back and forth. Food is able to get mummAy, and this might be it, folks. T1 may be able to get the monkey off their back for just one more round. They've got numbers advantage. 1 member left. on the side of Envy, and you see him creeping his way onto the site in a difficult situation. But Calypso, well, now they know where he is. Shooting up that door, he's going to drop the smokes, give himself a little bit of cover. Nothing doing quite yet. The spike is ticking. He's going to have to move. He's going to have to move here pretty quick.
Still going to be checking his corners, make sure that everything's all good. But now that they'll swing together, not really going to bode well for
yet, but they're creeping their way onto the site. There's the second running back. crashies is going to get tagged up. The Rolling Thunder's going to drop as well, along with the Orbital Strike. crashies is able to get first blood. The Neutral Theft is going to get him the information that he needs. Calypso gets a frag as well.
Yeah, but you'll see the defense. There's going to be mummAy in the back corner. This is up to him. He's got a world of hurt, and he gets taken out immediately. It's food. He leads the charge, throws down the hot hands to keep himself alive, and now the rest of the defense is just up to 3. It's the 3v4. T1 have the man advantage. Calypso trying to make sure that he does not get swung on if he pushes onto the site. That's going to be the smoke as well. But still, it's Akis now going to try to catch crashies. Okay, now it's the 3v3. Things have evened out now, and it's still Skadoodle. He's got the up. We've seen how crazy this weapon can be. Can he make it sing? It's Brax with the op shot. It's clean, but it's kaboose from the side. The fire is still going to continue, but Skadoodle with the...
Dude, it's Skadoodle. If it's not Skadoodle, it's Brax. All of them are capable